Arcader once again, bringing you more history, mystery, and mayhem than you can shake your joystick at. So sit back, relax, turn the volume up, and tune out as you watch another Arcader once again. Alright, let's go! Don't just be another arcade. Aim for that top spot. Go for the world, bring it on, yeah, baby, yeah!
Hi, this is another Arcader, and I've got a very special video for you. This is the Pac-Man collection, released in 2006. The Pac-Man collection. This box is created by Custom Sega Works on Etsy, but it reflects the cartridge and the actual box that it came with. It's from Atari Age, although it might not be on the label, but this is what the back of the box looks like. So, 2006, by somebody called Pac-man Plus. Now, I'm going to go over a little bit of the history of the creator, Pac-man Plus. He goes by a screen name. He also goes by Robert DiCrescenzo, or Bob DiCrescenzo. And I've got my CX7800 Plus controller, along with the modified ColecoVision that I like using for Pac-Man by Paul from Etsy. The guy who brought you these wonderful, wonderful ball toppers, or ghost balls, as they like to get called jokingly. So, what is this game, the Pac-Man collection, and why is it important? Well, it is a widely popular title by Robert DiCrescenzo. I don't know what he prefers to be called, because he's got a few games out, and we'll say Robert, it'll say Bob. I don't want to call him Bobby. And it's very controversial. That's number 2. I'll get to number 2 in a little bit. Number 3 is, this is so popular that there are a lot of hacks that use this same artwork, where they change the mazes, change the graphics, and that kind of stuff. There's a Christmas Pac-Man that has this. And now we're going to get back to number 2. So, this is a game called Pac-Man Collection. And as you can see, it has Ms. Pac-Man. Now, it says copyright Atari. And I think somewhere in the box it does mention NAMCO as well, too. No, it does not. Sad. But typically, Pac-Man itself is a game that's owned by NAMCO. And it has the ability to turn on the plus mode. You can turn on the fast mode, or you can have it for button. Now, Pac-Man Plus was created by General Computer Corporation and released by Midway Games. The original Pac-Man was made by NAMCO and released by Midway Games. Midway Games is owned currently by Warner Brothers Entertainment, and General Computer Corporation is now owned by At Games. So this is a very controversial collection because of the fact that it has 4 different companies involved, including Atari. So, Pac-Man Plus, Ms. Pac-Man, Junior Pac-Man by Bally Midway is also one that is owned, was created by General Computer Corporation, released by Bally Midway, and that's going to be our next video. I've got a homebrew of that coming up, and a review of the 2600 official version, and then leading up to the culmination of Bob's work, the Pac-Man collection, of course. And Bob is well known on the homebrew scene for making all kinds of great games, all kinds of great arcade ports, like this one here, Rip Off, He did Astro Blast. I believe he did Baby Pac-Man as well too, which I've got coming sometime this month. I don't know when it's going to be here. Hopefully it'll be here soon. I paid for it a while ago. There's been some delays from Optcode Games for that one. And I believe at the request of Robert or Bob or Pac-Man Plus, he asked for it to be changed. So let's play some Pac-Man. You guys know the drill, right?
Are you ready? Then let's play!
I think I'm going to start off with Pac-Man Plus.
Please insert coin.
There we go.
Alright. Let's make some crazy points. Are you ready? Here we go!
So, this is a homebrew, so it is not an official version of Pac-Man Plus. I believe Pac-Man Plus never got an official home version, ever. Oh, there we go, dying. Except for the Pac-Man 45th anniversary player that was released a little while back by My Arcade. So, otherwise, I've seen this in the arcade a couple of times. Never really got to be able to play it at home except with ROMs and that kind of stuff. And it was never really released on any other Pac-Man collection or compilation as well, too. Wow, that was a really short game. That sucked. Alright, well, it looks like I get to put in my name. So, why is this collection important? Well, it's kind of like the evolution of Bob's work. As you can see, this was created in 2006. Junior Pac-Man has sort of the same style, and that was created in 2009. This Pac-Man Collection 40th Anniversary is just in time for the 40th anniversary of Pac-Man. It actually is very important. Not only has his graphics changed and what he could do with the 7800. Oopsie. I think I'm going to take this off. Maybe I'll just leave it on. It's for fun anyways, right? It's not like I gotta play this professionally. There we go. Getting them ghosts. That's right, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Uh-oh, he turned around. So you get to see the culmination of his work and how it evolved, and there's some other things that he worked on, and I don't remember the name of this other one, but I have some other ones where he had a more arcade look, and it had scrolling, and, oh, there we go, the world's shortest game of Pac-Man once again. I'm getting distracted by my own chat. I'm going to definitely take this off because I'm not focusing. Anyways, so you get to see the evolution of his graphics. So this is important for the history of gaming. Bottom line. Because it's just such a great example of how much gaming has evolved over time and how companies buy up other companies and all that other.
Are you ready? Then let's play! Please insert coin! Alright! Listen crazy, boys. Are you ready? Here we go!
So, General Computer Corporation is a very special case. Oopsie. Very, very special case because according to the Game Over documentary that was on Netflix, they were talking about how they created game mod kits for Missile Command because people who were owning arcades were noticing that when arcade machines had been there for long enough, they were not generating as many quarters as they used to. So something had to be done about that, and they kind of created a whole thing. Now I'm going to show this because this was done by Custom Sega Works, who also does those really great boxes, and I really hate this maze. I really do. This maze is kind of dumb because having the warps up there are kind of redundant. This game doesn't allow the ghost to slow down like in the arcade game. So the fact that it doesn't do that kind of makes that redundant. So there's 3 ways to get away from the ghost, but neither way is better. They all take maybe about the same time. So if I were to go this way, it would take me about the same time as if I was going this way over here. Maybe a little bit faster. Oopsie doodle. And it's not as short as the other ones, but, you know. General Computer Corporation worked with Bally Midway. They worked on that Missile Command game. They changed just enough to garner Atari's attention. And Atari decided to sue them. And they actually won their lawsuit, and they said, hey, we got away with modifying Atari's game, and we modified it just enough that we won our lawsuit. Oopsie, I accidentally changed the level. Oh well. It's supposed to start off with the soda can, but that's okay. Up there. Oh! Gotcha. That's the nice thing I like about Plus. It makes the ghosts disappear, but they're worth double the points. Didn't get to show that off because of the previous games. So, right now, Games owns the rights to General Computer Corporation. They created Crazy Auto, and apparently somehow Midway got a good look at it and said, yeah, we're waiting for Pac-Man to have a sequel, and we want to do this. And Midway Games distributes Pac-Man here in America for NAMCO. So they kind of jumped the gun, worked with a different company. And NAMCO kind of learned how Americans do business in the process. So, nice. That was just good timing. Sometimes those power pellets don't change the ghost, and I hate that, because if you're unlucky... There we go. Anyways, we were talking about Midway. We were talking about Midway, and we were talking about how they decided to come out with Ms. Pac-Man. They had Crazy Auto. They decided to change the look of the characters to the one that we know today as Ms. Pac-Man. I'm just going to cheat a little bit and go to the pair level. I like this one better. So, at some point, Midway got bought up by Warner Brothers. No, not the Warner Sisters. The Warner Brothers. Warner Brother Games. And so all the Midway games that have been produced by Midway, are part of that repertoire, which I believe Paramount and Netflix are currently fighting over right now. And that's the world's shortest game of Ms. Pac-Man. So, I guess just to finish it up, to get through this history lesson here, basically, General Computer Corporation, I believe Midway is sold, no, General Computer Corporation, either one, NAMCO ended up with the rights to Ms. Pac-Man. Basically, that's how it ended up. So they ended up with the character. Don't get me started on Junior Pac-Man and the difference between Pac-Man Junior. That's a different thing that I learned about recently. Because I thought NAMCO was sitting on the rights to the character, and they actually weren't. So, and what happened is that At Games bought General Computer Corporation's thing. So it was split. NAMCO's got the Ms. Pac-Man character. Computer Corporation is supposed to get royalties every time that they do a coin-op thing. When they found that out, they went in front of a judge. NAMCO didn't get involved at all. Judge ruled that, well, we don't really do coin-op machines anymore. Seems like what they should be doing is paying you royalties every time they release a Ms. Pac-Man game. So, lo and behold, I believe the last time the arcade version got released, I believe, was for the original Pac-Man collection. It was a DLC. Before that, I think it was, and this is just my personal observations, I don't know about facts, there was a Ms. Pac-Man app in the App Store, in the Apple App Store, in the Google App Store. That's been since removed, and the character has been replaced. We still can get Ms. Pac-Man stuff through my arcade. That's just a whole different can of worms. So, as of right now, At Games is responsible for any kind of arcade version of Ms. Pac-Man. NAMCO still has the rights to the character. They want nothing to do with her because they don't want to be paying royalties to another company for something that they're doing. So, I don't blame them. They burned once. It's way too complicated, probably for their tastes. Probably be way too complicated for my taste, too. So, I don't blame them. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. And you guys, remember.
Don't just see another arcade. Aim for that top spot. Go for the world. Bring it, oh yeah, baby, yeah.
Bye-bye.